Hey there, everybody. Let's get your hips opened up with some solid quad and hip mobility work. So not just your standard, stand up and pull your heel back to your bum and stand there and stretch it out, but let's actually work to actively change the chemistry of your quads so that they can significantly lengthen, so that they can have better circulation and better strength and better recovery. If you've injured your hip flexors, your quads, your knee, this is gonna be huge for you. If you're about to get ready to do a jiu-jitsu class or a CrossFit class, or really any kind of workout, this is also gonna be huge to do. The only difference is that the drills we're about to do, if you're warming up, you'd want to do them for maybe like 1 minute each, if that, like 30 seconds to a minute. If you are cooling down, you can do the exact same thing, but spend a little bit longer, more like 2 minutes per drill. Okay, this is gonna be easy. You are going to need a pair of therapy balls, or you can use a foam roller. And I want to provide the option of the foam roller. I don't usually do that, but a foam roller is gonna be a lot more broad. And so if rolling out your quads, which is what we're doing today, if that's going to be a little bit more painful for you, the broadness of it will provide more surface area to cover. It's gonna be less painful. Whereas the therapy balls, whether you use one or two, you could use one if you wanted, is a lot less surface area. It's gonna press in. It's gonna be a lot more pressure. If that's fine for you, go for it, but do what's best. You wanna have options, okay? So what I'm gonna do to start with, I'm gonna think about massaging out. I'm just gonna do this sitting down, and I'm gonna roll from the top of my kneecap all the way up to my hip crease, or my hip bone. So there's the front of my hip bone, and I'm gonna go right towards that. And I can use my hands to really roll that out. And I want to go up and down. I want to go side to side. If I'm using my hands especially, I can create a lot more shear. And you can probably do this with the foam roller. I can also get up into my inner thigh as well, but I want to press in as much as is reasonable. Again, it should be at the very worst, a little bit uncomfortable. That is the worst sensation you should feel during this. A little bit of discomfort. If you're feeling pain, well, guess what? I'm in 100% control over how much pressure I'm applying. So if I'm in pain, that's entirely on me. That's my fault. Why am I doing that? It's not going to have a really big impact. In fact, it's going to be counterproductive because my body is going to be resisting. It's going to be getting tight when I'm trying to make it relax. And I do that through a lot of love, not through hate, and digging that in as much as I can. This isn't about, forcing your muscles into submission. It's about loving them, telling them that they can relax. They're allowed to relax. They don't have to be so on guard all the time because you're so abusive to them. Rather, they can just relax, and then they can perform at their best. All right? You can also do this. It's gonna be awkward here with this mat, but let's move this over a bit. You can also lay down on this if you need some more body pressure on that, and just roll up and down nice and easy. So if I'm cooling down, or if I'm just doing this as like a dedicated 30-minute mobility session for the day, or if this is my mobility work for the day, I want to get that in. Oh, actually guys, if you are on your front like this, what you can do is just pin the balls in place, pin your body weight on them, keep the balls where they are, keep your body in place, but move your heel up and down like that, so you're bending at the knee. That stretches out the quads under the pressure of the therapy balls or the foam roller. And that's pretty gnarly up in there, especially as you get closer to the knee and you get a lot of quadricep movement. And that is pretty dang good. All right. Once you're done with that, then we want to get into our couch stretch position to really spend some time opening this up. So when you're doing this, I do actually encourage doing this on a couch, but regardless of what you're doing it on, make sure you have a cushion for your knee. Now, number one part for this, or the number one thing to keep in mind, is that we want to do this from the bottom up. Don't stand up and then try to just go straight into it. That is cheating very significantly, to the point of you're not going to get much out of it. You're going to be wasting your time. Please don't waste your time, or my time, or your mama's time. Don't waste anyone's time. So I start off on my hands and knees, and then I'm putting my knee right up to the wall. Now I'm going to say that again because it's important. I'm going to put my knee to the wall, not towards it, to it. So I'm not here. You see how my shin is 45 degrees. This is the very start of it. Now people will try to cheat this because they have a big ego, don't have an ego with this, and they think the objective is to get upright as much as possible. So your finished position is here, but that's a partial truth. That's a half lie. This isn't really my finished position. My finished position is where I, in that moment, can reasonably go without forcing it to the point that I'm actually opening up these tissues effectively. But people will basically get to this, and it's like, you're not doing anything. You're cheating yourself, you're cheating the system, and again, you're wasting mine and your mom's time. Don't do that. I'm not really sure how your mom got involved in this. I thought we were through with mom jokes about a decade ago. Anyways, enough of that. So I start off hands and knees. I take the knee all the way to the wall. Did I say that before? I don't think I did. So guys, you want to start off taking your knee all the way to the wall, and then this is your first position. If that feels gnarly, if that's really tight for you, this is where you need to be moving around and mobilizing, then that's where it is. The second position is here. Not really much different, you're just a little bit more upright. And then again, if that's really tight and gnarly for you, that's where you move around. Third position is just one hand on your knee, and that's it. If that feels fine, get both hands up on your knee. This is usually where people start screaming and crying. If you've done this and you feel fine, good on you. Otherwise, no shame, no judgment. You get to where you can go. Now, here's a rule with the couch stretch position. If you cannot squeeze your butt with your own muscles, not reaching back and squeezing with your hands or anyone else's hands, you weirdo. If you can't squeeze your butt, you can't use it, you've gone too far. So if I'm here and it's like, I cannot squeeze my butt, I've gone too far. I want to go a little bit more here. And again, I'm just using this as a way of saying, okay, that's where I'm really tight. I need to be moving around through those tight and nasty corners after doing the foam rolling. Or if that feels fine, you're like, yeah, I can still squeeze my hips and create that movement in my hips. Then I'm trying to take, get this guys, I'm trying to take my lower back to the wall. I'm not trying to take my anything to the wall. Lower back towards the wall, and that helps to keep you in a more neutral position. Don't sacrifice your posture to get more range. It's cheating. Okay? And then the point is, guys, that I'm getting to the point like here, that's where I'm feeling a pretty significant stretch. So I don't actually like being on the wall right now. I like to be a little bit more forward. And then you just want to create these little circles with your hips, rotate side to side, move around. So if I'm going to be doing a dedicated session here, I want to alternate. Ooh, that feels nice and loose now. 2 minutes on the foam roller or the massage balls, 2 minutes fiddling around in the couch stretch position. Alternate for as much time as you have. So 20 minutes going back and forth with that, alternating between your legs as well. You will get a pretty significant change and improvement to your hip and leg function, meaning you're going to be a stronger athlete, you're going to be a lot better at squatting, a hell of a lot better at deadlifting, you're going to be a better runner, you're going to be a better kickboxer, a better Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioner, whatever it is that you do, you're going to be better at it if you have stronger, more mobile hips. If you suffer with chronic pain, chronic injuries, athletic injuries, I have got you covered. My name is Ethan Hammond, and I am a strength and rehab specialist. I work with people who want to return to sport and fitness, but feel that they can't because of pain and injuries. I've helped people with conditions such as lower back pain, ACL tears, shin splints, neck pain and chronic headaches, and so many more things. Now, a lot of you will be going through things like this, like what I just listed above, and you're saying that you cannot train anymore. Bullshit. You have got to train, and you've got to train right. Train or complain, that is the way this works. Now, I work in person in Southampton, England, but I have online services as well if you're a bit further out. And I also offer free consultations to get you started with a free game plan and strategy for getting out of pain. All you have to do is to send me a text or a WhatsApp message to 07 305 231 339, and I will personally get back to you in the next 24 hours to get you started on the road to proper recovery. If you are serious about leveling up and making real change, this is how you start.